Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Alinga Sise of Urban Harvest Organic Farm. For all of you who have subscribed to my YouTube channel, I am so grateful. And for those who are still new, please consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. Today I'm super excited because I want us to discuss the most common chicken diseases. We shall look at their signs and symptoms and the organic way of treating these diseases. But I want to tell us that please, these chicken diseases are very stubborn. Once they affect your flock, sometimes if you don't identify it early and start the treatment right away, you can end up losing all the birds. Personally, I was affected by Newcastle disease. I ended up losing over 700 birds. When I just started this project, I was so ignorant about these chicken diseases. And, I had Newcastle whereby birds were really twisting their necks, and I did not know that this was Newcastle. By the time I was realizing, it had already escalated in the whole farm, and that is how I ended up losing all those birds. But for you to prevent your chicken from getting these diseases, please, let us manage to vaccinate the birds correctly. Let us manage to observe biosecurity properly well. Let us not accept free entry and exit into our farms. Let us try as much as possible to give these birds enough clean drinking water. Let us manage to give these birds enough feeds and in the right amount. And let us manage to make sure that the chicken houses are really very clean. And in that way, we shall really manage these chicken diseases. And then also, as a beginner, please try to research also more about these chicken diseases so that once you are attacked by it, you really know what to do. So for today, let us look at the signs and symptoms and some of the organic ways of treating these chicken diseases. If you're still new, please consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. Click on the notification bell so that you never miss out any upload. Share this video, comment in the comment section down below, and I'll be so grateful. See you right back. So as I told you earlier on, today I want us to look at the most common chicken diseases that affects our birds in our poultry farms. We are going to look at the signs and their symptoms, and we shall also look at some of their natural treatments, like organic treatments. And the number one disease is the coccidiosis. Actually, this is so common. Personally, it has also affected my birds, and it affects the chicken intestine, and it is usually caused by a parasite which causes damages in the intestines, which leads to bleeding, and therefore that is why your chicken will pass out blood in their poop. Other signs and symptoms includes depression. The chicken will reduce in feeding. If the birds are laying, it will also reduce decreases in the egg production, and if not well treated, it can also lead to death in our farms. The natural treatment for coccidiosis, you have to crush the garlic and mix in their drinking water and give them at least for 5 days. Or if you don't have garlic, you can blend the papaya leaves and also give them for 5 days. If you don't have that, you can even crush the charcoal and give them in their drinking water. And then the second most common disease that has also affected me in the beginning is the Newcastle disease. This one is a viral disease, and that is why we must vaccinate our birds. Birds which are unvaccinated are always affected by this Newcastle disease. But even after vaccination, it is always good to boost this chicken immunity using the organic treatments like the papaya leaves that I've been telling you about. And some of the signs and symptoms of this Newcastle disease: the bird will pass out greenish diarrhea. Chicken which are laying will end up laying very soft shell eggs, and also you will see ruffled feathers in your birds. Also, you'll experience twisting of the neck. Actually, when my birds used to twist their necks in the beginning when I started the project, honestly, I didn't know about these diseases. It was so funny for me. Little did I know it was this Newcastle. So the chicken will keep twisting on their neck. The chicken will be so depressed. They will have a lot of sneezing and coughing. And also, it will reduce on the feed intake. Organic treatment for Newcastle: you have to grind onions and garlic, mix it together, add there some honey, let it stay overnight. and give it to the chicken at least for 5 days. And then also add 10 seeds of hot pepper and 1 teaspoon of ash in 1 liter of water. Cut aloe vera into small pieces and drop it in the mixture and also give your chicken. Another common chicken disease that we have is the fowl pox. Guys, fowl pox is also so deadly in our farms. Actually, it's also one of the viral diseases. And there are 2 types of fowl pox. We have the dry fowl pox and the wet fowl pox. And these are all caused by the pox virus. The dry fowl pox is when the fowl pox affects the chicken on the outside. For example, around the combs, around the wattles, and also around the head of the chicken. And the wet fowl pox is the fowl pox that affects the chicken respiratory systems, including the mouth, the trachea, and also around the nasal passages. These are some of the signs and symptoms of fowl pox. The chicken will have very crusty combs and wattles. It will also have yellow and brown warts on the combs. It will also have wounds on the combs and the wattles. And the chicken will lose a lot of weight. The chicken will reduce in egg production for the birds which are already laying. It will also have ruffled feathers, and the chicken will also be so depressed. So we should always treat these birds and vaccinate them against fowl pox. The organic treatments is that you can always apply lemon juice on the wounds. It will help to heal those wounds. And also, if you have palm oil and honey, mix the 2 and apply also around the wounds. It will also help to heal it faster and prevent other diseases from entering the wounds. And then if you have toothpaste, apply the toothpaste also on the wounds. But please, it is most important to vaccinate these birds against the fowl pox. Another chicken disease which is very common in our poultry farms, we have the infectious coryza. This is a very common bacterial disease which causes a lot of suffering to the chicken, and if it is not treated, it can even cause death. It mostly affects the eyes and the upper respiratory system of the chicken, including causing wounds in the mouth and in the nasal passages. Some of the signs and symptoms of the infectious coryza, we have depression. The chicken will be so depressed, breathing difficulties like gasping, reduced feed consumption, and for the birds which are laying, trust me, the egg production will go so down. And its organic treatment requires you to have 4 different ingredients, which includes the garlic, the ginger, the lemon, and the honey. You're going to blend all this together, blend it very well, and give it to your chicken at least for 5 days. In that way, you will help save that chicken. Another stubborn chicken disease that we have, it is the respiratory illnesses. They are into 2, which is the infectious bronchitis and the chronic respiratory diseases. These diseases can affect the respiratory system of our chicken, and which may be caused by bacteria, fungi, parasites, or even viruses. That is why it is really sometimes it's good to vaccinate our birds, and they include the chronic respiratory diseases, avian influenza, aspergillosis, and also the gippons. And some of the signs and symptoms that you see amongst your birds is a lot of sneezing, a lot of coughing, a lot of gasping, watery eyes, nasal discharges, decrease in the feed consumption. You will also see very pale wattles and combs, and in the laying birds, they will honestly drop in the laying. The natural treatments is that you need turmeric and pepper, blend them together and give it to your chicken. You also need garlic, blend it and also give to the chicken, or you also need the coconut oil. If you give it to these birds, trust me, it will help these birds. Another very stubborn chicken disease that affects us a lot in our farms are the worms. These worms also affected me when I first brought in my layers. They were 300 in numbers. Guys, my birds used to pass out stool with a lot of worms, and you know, being ignorant about the whole thing, I didn't know it was really so dangerous. When chicken get worms, you will see weight loss, diarrhea, which may also contain blood, because these parasites causes damages in their intestines. The organic treatment is that you will need papaya seed powder to deworm the birds. You can also use charcoal to deworm the birds. You need garlic and you give to your birds, or you can also give them the sour milk. And then also we have another stubborn chicken disease which also affects our farms a lot, and these are the parasites. These parasites include the mites, the lice, the fleas. Actually, I had fleas in my farm. In all my previous flocks, I was affected by these fleas. These parasites are dangerous because they suck on the blood and cause anemia to our birds. They can also transmit infection. So whenever you see your chicken over scratching themselves, reduce on production, actually it can even make your chicken not to feed well. This one is even also very, very dangerous. So organic treatment for these parasites, you only need the wood ash. Please get the wood ash, spread it where they sleep, where they lay eggs. Though as they keep on playing inside there, the parasites will keep on dropping and dying there. Another stubborn and very deadly disease that we have in our farms is the rickets and the paralysis. These are diseases that affect the muscles and the bone formation of our chicken, and they are categorized into 3 groups based on their causes. The first group, we have diseases that are caused by poor nutrition. Guys, that is why please I emphasize, let us mix our feeds well and let us give these birds enough feeds and very good clean drinking water. And then we also have diseases that causes this paralysis, which includes the Marex, the Newcastle disease, and we also have infection. All these diseases can be prevented by vaccination. Therefore, make sure that you always vaccinate your chicken against Marex and Newcastle disease. And then the third category is diseases that are caused by injury and toxins. Therefore, make sure that you store the feeds very, very well. Make sure they don't get spoiled and cake, and make sure that you handle your chicken always very carefully. So for today, that is all I had for you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for always coming back. Thank you so much for loving me. And if you're still new, please consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. Click on the notification bell so that you never miss out any upload. Share this video, comment in the comment section down below, and I'll be so grateful. Don't forget to tell me which country you're watching me from, and I'll be smiling. See you next time. Love you all. Bye bye.